determiner. Where is the adjective? Big is the adjective. Between a determiner and a noun. Now, where is the adjective? Adjective is in the attributive position, or it is a spacious building. Second one, many intelligent students. Many is what? A determiner. Intelligent is what? An adjective. Students is what? A noun. Once again, here determiner and noun. It was a dangerous trip. A is what? A determiner. Dangerous is what? An adjective. Trip is what? A noun. Now, what is the formula? The formula is determiner. I am using a short form, determiner plus then adjective plus noun. Determiner, adjective and noun. If this comes, then it is in which position? It is in attributive position. Adjectives needn't come only in attributive position. It can come even in predicative position also. The position immediately after the verb in a clause is called the predicative position. If there is a verb in a class immediately after the verb, then it is called a predicative position. Now, let us try to understand this. You must be punctual. Look at the word. You must be punctual. He has always been helpful. He has always been helpful. I am not angry. Now, where has the adjective occurred? You must be punctual. The adjective has occurred where? In the word punctual. He has always been helpful. Where has the adjective come? In the verb, which is the verb has. It has come what? Helpful. Now, I am not angry, right? So, it comes here after the verb in a clause. Adjectives can occur in both positions. It can occur in the attributive position and predicative position also. Now, look at these examples. This is an expensive vehicle. Expensive is an adjective. Here the adjective has come in what? In attributive position. This vehicle is expensive. Here the adjective has come in what? In predicative position. Similarly, I have given you another example. It is a delicious fruit. What is the position? Attributive. The fruit is delicious. What is the position? Predicative position. Adjectives that occur in predicative positions only. There are certain adjectives which can occur in the predicative position, that is after the verb clause. These adjectives are glad, well and ill. You can say I am glad, I am well, I am ill. You cannot say I am a glad person, I am a well person, I am an ill person. These constructions are not allowed. So, when we use these adjectives, they occur in which position? They occur only in the predicative position, that is after the verb clause. Adjectives that occur only in the attributive position. What are those adjectives? That is, that come between a determiner and a noun. Main is an adjective, prime is an adjective, prior an adjective. They occur in which position? They occur only in the attributive position. Look at that. Her main idea. Here, main is an adjective. It has come before a determiner and a noun. The prime factor. Prime is an adjective. It has come before the determiner and a noun. He had a prior engagement. It comes between a determiner and a noun, prior. Now look at these sentences. Her main idea was to complete the course. Now here it has occurred in the attributive position. The second sentence, the prime factor for crime is poverty. Here also it has occurred in the second position. Third one, he had a prior engagement. Here also it has occurred in the attributive position. But these adjectives do not take predicative position. You cannot say the idea was main. Wrong. That is a wrong usage. You cannot say their engagement was prior. That is wrong. Now prior, main and prime occur only in which position? Attributive position. Now there are few adjectives that can occur in both the attributive and predicative positions, but they have different meanings. What are the meanings? I have given you one example. I have no contact with my old friends. What does it mean? I have a set of friends. They have been an old acquaintances. I have never had contact with them. But if I use it in a predicative way, that is, my friends are old, that is followed by a verb clause, it means my friends have become old in terms of what? Age. Here it talks about what? Acquaintances. Acquaintances means what? Friends with whom you have had contacts. So in the first sentence you are talking about your contacts, your old contacts. In the second sentence, when it comes in the predicative position, the word meaning of the old becomes what? It denotes an age. Now, different meanings of this attributive and predicative position is being seen here. Adjective late has different meanings. The teacher arrived late. When I say teacher arrived late, did not come on time. Here I am talking about what time. But in the second sentence, his late father. The first sentence, adjective has come after what? In the predicative position, that is after the verb clause. In the second sentence, his late father, it is positioned in the attributive position. Here late father means what? Father dead and gone. Father who is no more. So when I use the word late, I mean father who is dead and gone, his late father in this particular construction. When I say the teacher arrived late, it means what? It means time. Another syntactic feature of an adjective is that adjectives can be used with words like very, extremely, absolutely. These are called intensifiers. Intensifiers occur before adjectives. Let us look at these sentences. He is a very rich man. See the difference. The difference is that he is a rich man, rich. He is a very rich man. That is the difference. That is why these words are called what? These words are called intensifiers. The weather is cold. The weather is extremely cold. It comes with what? Adjectives. He is absolutely silent today. He is silent today, and the word absolutely talks about his complete silence. Now, this is the difference between what? Two sentences with intensifier and without an intensifier. Adjectives can be used with intensifiers also, another syntactic feature. All adjectives do not have all the above mentioned qualities. Whatever qualities I have listed, certain adjectives take certain qualities. Now let us look at the certain qualities. Now adjectives like bright and cheap can be used both as adjectives and adverbs. That is one quality. How? They form adverbs by adding an ly. Just by adding an ly, they form what? An adverb. They also take suffixes for degree. Brighter, brightest. Cheaper, cheapest. This is the second quality of the syntactic feature. They occur in both the positions, attributive and predicative position. It is a bright morning, attributive. The morning is bright, predicative. She is a slow learner, attributive, A, short form. She is slow, predicative, short form. So, it takes the other feature also. It can occur in both attributive and predicative position, third feature. They also take intensifiers. This is the fourth feature. What is that? Taking an intensifier. For the word bright, you can use the word very. For the word slow, you can use the word very. And for the word cheap, you can use the word very. Let us look it in the form of sentence. He is a bright boy. It makes a difference when you say he is a very bright boy. The bus is very slow. It also makes a difference when you say the bus is slow. The vegetables are very cheap. Here, it makes a difference when you say the vegetables are very cheap here, the vegetables are cheap here. So, it takes an intensifier. Some adjectives like big, tall, young have only 3 features. It does not take the above mentioned features at all. Only 3 features. They take suffixes for degree, that is big, bigger, biggest, tall, taller, tallest, young, younger, youngest. They occur both in the attributive and predicative positions. The car is big. This is a big car. They also take intensifier. That is, the car is very big. He is very tall. She is very young. They take intensifier. What is the other quality that the other adjectives take? Now, other adjectives like infinite, absolute, unique form adverbs. They take one quality of forming adverbs. They occur both in the attributive and in the predicative positions. I have given you examples for that. They need absolute proof. His foolishness was absolute. First in the attributive position, second in the predicative position. But these adjectives do not take degree. That is, they do not take ER or EST form. They do not take the more or the most form. And they do not take intensifiers also. You cannot say they need very absolute proof. His foolishness was very absolute. You cannot say that. So, for the words infinite, absolute, unique, you do not have degrees of comparison either ER or EST or more or most. Also, it does not take intensifiers. Now, let us do a quick recap of what we understand by the term adjective. We began by understanding the meaning of the term adjective. What is the meaning? This is a traditional definition. An adjective is a word which qualifies a noun. Of course, it takes only one important functions of an adjective, but not the other functions that we saw when we tried to analyze the syntactic feature of an adjective. Secondly, we have to look into the morphological features and the positions the adjectives occupy. Adjectives have typical derivational suffixes. What are the suffixes adjectives take? FUL, useful, IC, poetic, linguistic, cynic, AL, occasional, financial, traditional, IAL or AL, ISH, reddish, bookish, childish, LESS, shameless, graceless, noiseless, ly, friendly, kingly, wifely. Ous, famous, dangerous, adventurous. Y, noisy, stony, trendy. There are certain verbs by adding an able suffix become what? Adjective. Comparable, payable, questionable. IVE, attractive, collective, exclusive. Adjectives are also marked for degree by the addition of two suffixes. What are they? ER for comparative and EST for superlative degree. Taller, tallest, shorter, shortest, bigger, biggest, cleaner, cleanest. Now this is the inflectional suffixes. Not all adjectives take these inflectional suffixes for degree. That is, adjectives derived by the suffixes like full, ish, able, ive do not take suffixes for degree. The differences in degree is indicated by the use of words more and most. That is how the differences is used. So we say most intelligent, more intelligent, most prominent, more prominent, most specific, more specific, most useful, more useful. The second section, we studied the kinds of adjectives. The first adjectives that we studied was adjective of quality. It is also called descriptive adjectives. It shows the kind of quality of a person or thing. Bangalore is a large city. It talks about what? Large. He is a wealthy man. It talks about the kind of person he is. English is an international language. What is the quality of English is? Adjectives of quantity. It talks about the quantity of things. Which are the adjectives that talk about the quantity? Little, much, some, enough, all, any. There is little milk in the can. He showed much courage in the war. I ate some food or some rice. Adjectives of number. It talks about the number of persons or things. Now, 5, few, no, many. She bought 5 books. Only a few people are kind to the poor. There are no drawings in this paper. There is no drawing in this paper. If you're using yes, no drawing in this paper. Adjectives of number can be classified under 3 heads. Definite numeral adjectives, indefinite numeral adjectives, distributive numeral adjectives. 1, 2, 3, these numbers are called definite numeral adjectives because they are definite in nature. 1, 2, 3 are called cardinal numbers. First, second, third are called ordinal numbers. This adjective, that is indefinite numeral adjective, do not denote an exact number. What are the adjectives? Many, some, any, several. There were many people in the garden. I ate some rice. I met several people. All these adjectives are indefinite in nature. Distributive numeral adjective denote or talk about each and every person or thing separately. Each, every, any, neither. Each girl can take a pencil. Every word he said was truth. Neither country accepted the treaty. Each, every, neither refer to what? You refer to each and every person or thing. That too you refer to them separately. Distributive numeral adjectives could be classed as adjectives of quantity or as adjectives of number, depending upon the way we use these adjectives. I ate some rice is adjectives of quantity. Some girls are intelligent. Some once again talks about what? Number. He lost all his property. Adjectives of what? Quantity. All denotes what? Quantity. All men must live. This is adjective of number. There are demonstrative adjectives which points out which person or thing we speak. This, that, these, those and such. This is an interesting story. That boy is working hard. These mangoes are sweet. This and that are used with singular nouns which indicate something near to the speaker. These and those are used with what? Plural nouns which indicate what? Distant objects. Interrogative adjectives. An adjective is also used to question, that is in an interrogative sentence. What, which, whose. These are the adjectives that are used. Possessive adjectives talk about ownership or possession. My, your, our, his, her. My father is a teacher. Your father is a doctor. This is his pen. It talks about ownership or possession. There are adjectives which are used to emphasize nouns. What are they? Mind your own business. There is an emphasis that you shouldn't mend or meddle with my business. This is a very book I was looking for. The word very is used to emphasize what? A noun. Exclamatory adjective. The word what is used as an exclamatory adjective. What a beauty. What an idea. What a blessing. There are adjectives formed from a proper noun. For example, Indian army, English grammar, Indian tea. These are adjectives that are formed from proper nouns. Having understood this, then we shall revise the syntactic features. Many adjectives take the derivational ly form to mark adverbs. Pure, purely. True, truly. Definite, definitely. That is the first feature. The second feature is that adjectives are marked for the grammatical feature of degree either by the addition of the suffixes er and est or by the use of the words more and most. Adjectives typically occur in two positions. This is a third feature that we studied. Of course, this feature we have already studied in the first part of my lecture. It comes in which position? Between a determiner and a noun. It is called the attributive position. Secondly, when it comes after the verb in a clause, it is called the predicative position. Now, for attributive position, I have said the position between a determiner and a noun is called the attributive position. It is a big building. Now, this is attributive position. Many intelligent students, attributive position. It was a dangerous trip, attributive position. Now, what is a formula for attributive position? It occurs between a determiner plus adjective plus noun. That is one of the features of adjective. The position immediately after the verb in a clause is called the predicative position. After the verb in a clause, you must be punctual. He has always been helpful. I am not angry. This is a predicative position that adjective occupies. Adjectives can occur in both the positions. I have given you two examples. This is an expensive vehicle. In the first sentence, here the adjective has occurred in the attributive position. In the second sentence, this vehicle is expensive. The adjective has occurred in the predicative position. It is a delicious fruit. Here in the first position, it has occurred in the attributive position. The fruit is delicious in the predicative position, the word delicious. There are certain adjectives that can occur in the predicative position. It cannot occur in the attributive positions at all. It can be used only in the predicative position and not in the attributive position. What are those? Adjectives like glad, well and ill. I can say I am glad. I can also say I am well. I can say I am ill today. But we cannot say I am a glad person. I am a well person. I am an ill person. So these words can occur only in the predicative positions. They cannot occur in the attributive position. Adjectives that occur only in the attributive positions. What are those adjectives? Main, prior, prime. These adjectives can occur only in the attributive position. Let us recall, attributive position is between a determiner and a noun. Her main idea was to complete the course. You cannot say the idea was main. He had a prior engagement. You cannot say their engagement was prior. The prime factor for crime is poverty. You cannot say this factor was prime. You cannot use these words. In what position? In predicative position. They can occur only in which position? They can occur in the attributive position. Different meanings. Few adjectives can occur in both the attributive and predicative positions. But when they occur, they have different meanings. I gave you an example. I have no contact with my old friend. When I say old friend, here I mean old is old contacts, my old acquaintances. Here in the second sentence, many of my friends are old. When I talk of old here, it means what? It means age. Let us see the second example. Adjective late has different meaning. The teacher arrived late. Late means what? Time. His late father means what? Dead father. Adjectives also take intensifiers. Intensifiers that occur before adjectives like very, extremely and absolutely. All the features we are going to discuss now. All adjectives do not take the above mentioned features. Some adjectives like bright and cheap can be used as adjectives and adverb, that is feature number 1. They form adverbs also. They take suffixes like bright, brighter, brightest. They can be used in the both positions, that is attributive and predicative positions. And finally, they can take intensifiers also. But some adjectives take suffixes like big, bigger, taller, taller, tallest. They can occur in attributive and predicative positions. They take intensifiers also. But other adjectives do not form adverbs. Other adjectives like infinite, absolute uniquely form adverbs, but they do not occur in attributive and predicative positions. That is, they occur in attributive and predicative positions. And once again, these adjectives do not show differences of degree and they do not take intensifiers. That is, they form adverbs. That is the first feature. They can be used in both the positions, but they cannot show differences of degree and they do not take intensifier. Thank you. Today we have discussed adjective. Tomorrow we shall take another grammatical item. Thank you.